Summer has finally arrived and now the Bank of England is turning up the heat. 3 years after they began to rise, interest rates have finally been cut. And for many, it's not a moment too soon. For those wanting to get their foot on the housing ladder.
We're looking at property for probably like the last 2 years.
For those priced out of it.
It becomes so erratic and so difficult. We just put it on pause.
And for those refixing.
But I'm literally remortgaging at the moment and it's quite scary.
It is a watershed moment that will be felt by millions of households across the country. But it's worth just saying, interest rates ultimately, what are they? They are a form of economic pain. You're pushing up the cost of borrowing, making it less attractive for people to go out and spend, making it so they have less money in their pockets. And that in turn should push down the prices around the economy. That's the theory at least. What the bank says though is they are still, even right now, even at 5%, at painful levels. The question now is when they get down to levels that aren't causing suffering across the economy.
The governor was tight-lipped about when that will be. But there is one thing he's clear on. Don't expect a return to the near-zero borrowing costs we had a few years ago.
If you look at history, recent history, that is not a normal state of affairs. So what caused that was a number of huge global shocks.
So people shouldn't, unless there's something kind of catastrophic that happens.
I think that's a reasonable expectation.
Say,
I would not normally expect rates to be at zero.
Can people kind of reasonably expect, given that rates, when they came up, they were going up successive meetings, 14 meetings, one after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other. Can they kind of reasonably expect that might be the case on the way down as well?
Well, I would say we're dealing with a very different situation now.
So probably not.
I would caution against that.
For some, lower rates took too long to come.
I'm going to feel it from August, end of August. So I'm just going through the finalising the deals, thinking I'm not sure how I'm going to make ends meet, if I'm honest.
For others, they've already had an impact.
I put my house on the market a week ago, and we've already seen a lot of interest, given the anticipation for interest rates falling.
The bank's fear is that even though inflation is down to 2%, it still might prove sticky, especially if wages carry on rising fast.
The fact that with minimum wage going up, in terms of the tight labour market competition for the right people, it has, forced the cost of salaries to increase. This is just now the new norm. So I think, people will get used to spending more.
After numerous cycles of disappointment, now, as the bank cuts rates, the economy does finally seem to be firing away. Maybe not on all cylinders, but it's a start. Ed Conway, Sky News.